Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I have a little, I thought, did I stitch that on there? So I have my black and white Christmas journal, obviously red as well, but I pretty much have it done. We're going to make one more piece of ephemera today with this card here, and then I think I'm done with it because I want it to be a December daily for somebody, or I mean whatever they want, but I want it to be possible to use as a December daily. So I didn't want to fill it too full of ephemera. So I know I did a lot of this without you guys, but I've been doing a lot of cutting on the Glowforge, and so when I do that I can't make videos because the Glowforge is too loud. So I'm going to just kind of walk through what I did so that anybody that has questions, maybe some of those will get answered. If there's other questions you have, of course, write it in the comments below. I have taken 3 pieces of fabric. There's a piece of lace, a red piece of fabric, and the fabric that I used for the inside cover, which you guys saw the other day. I put a rub-on top of it that says I believe. I don't know if you guys can see it very well just because of the way the light is, but anyway, it is there, I believe. And I put a little bit of matte medium over the top. Well, it's not really matte medium, it's this stuff over the top just to make sure it stays there. I know you can use rub-ons on fabric, but I just wanted to make sure that it was going to stay there, so I added some matte medium to that. And believe me, you can see it much better not in the camera, because when I look at it I can totally see that I believe, but for some reason when I look at the camera it's kind of weird. So anyways, and then I tied it with red seam binding because I thought that was fun. And then when we come inside, I have just the fabric. I didn't want to do any pockets on the inside. I did stitch this on before I sewed my signature in, so that, you know, it's definitely attached there. And then we have a piece of scrap of paper that's been coffee dyed as kind of the cover to the signature. And then we start in with the black and white Christmas, my digital download. This is Peeling Paint and Numbers. It's one of my digitals. This is was gifted to me from Karen. Thank you, Karen. And you know, I've just done things like put little spots like this, tuck spots with tags. And this is a journaling card that opens up so that there's a little bit more room for journaling. But like I said, I tried not to go too crazy with decorating because I want it to be possible for it to be used as a December daily if someone would like. So I've just clipped this on. This is the envelope that comes with the black and white Christmas digital download, and it's just flipped over that, and then the card also that goes with the digital. And I have lined both with some manila drawing paper so that it's a little thicker because I had just printed it on copy paper. So I'm just gonna put that back where it was, and I just added that little 25 is in my Christmas mushrooms digital. So, and then we just have some ledger, more of the digital here on these pages. Okay, and then this is our envelope that we did the other day. I added one of these, I don't know, trifold cards, the house trifold card that we made together with the little notepad inside. And that's just, I wanted it to be seen through the little window. I thought that was kind of fun. And then I've just added a couple more pieces from the digital here so that it kind of, you know, gives you something to look at on this side. So that's just a little strip of paper that I put down there to make into a pocket. And then some that paper from Karen. And we made this one together. This was the book page that I just put the little pocket using the Tim Holtz ephemera here, and then there's a pocket back behind, back here. And these are the same paper, as you can see. And that's some dyed paper. That's from my Woodland Santa digital download. And then this doily, and then there's the middle, and that's also scrap of paper that's been coffee dyed. Doily. And there's just a little tuck using one of the Santa pictures from the digital that I've stitched around. And this is the journaling card that's in that digital, just backed and stitched around, tucked in there. This is the other side of the envelope, so you can write here, you can write here. Add pictures would be, that's a good spot for pictures. And then, oh, this little tree thing, I wanted to see if you guys were interested in anything like this. There's a tuck back behind, and then it's 1, 2, 3 trees, and I'll show you what that is. It's one tree with a slit cut in it. These are done on my Glowforge, so that you can put a tag in here. And then there's 2 other trees. So if you were to purchase these from me, you would get different sizes of these little trees, because you can see this one's a little bit smaller, and then the large trees cut with the slit in them, so that you can do them like this, or you can use the little ones on a card or whatever. Just the large ones this size have the slit in them for the pocket. And then I left this one open at the back so that you can tuck another tag in there, and then this tag slides in. And all I did is glue just a little bit, like sort of in the middle of the tree. This whole tree I glued down, but I made it so that you see it, so you can tuck stuff in behind, and then it's not glued down over here either. So it's just however you'd want to use them. If you wanted to just put the tree on the page with a tag and maybe have a tuck behind it, you could do that as well. You don't even have to add the other 2 trees. It's just an option. So I don't know if you guys would be interested in anything like that. I could cut more of those. If I did, they would be cut out of all different Christmas scrapbooking paper, basically. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about the plain colors, because you know that might work good too, because you could probably see these a little bit better if I put like a white one in. So I don't know, just let me know what your thoughts are on those. But I was thinking of packaging those up, so there'll be some of the smaller trees, the bigger trees with the pocket in them, and it would come as a whole set, but it would just be an assortment of Christmas papers and maybe plain papers, like a couple white trees, and then the rest in the colored scrapbook paper, because I have stacks of, sorry, I dropped one, stacks of scrapbook paper that I would use to make the trees out of. That's why they'd all be different, because I don't have like a whole ream of one type of Christmas paper, if you see what I'm saying. So that's why it would just be in an assortment, and you just kind of get what you get. Okay, so there's that. This, I just added one of the fussy cuts from the Black and White Christmas. And then here's another one of our pockets that we made together out of book page with some writing space. I thought this was a good spot. Since this is black back here, you're obviously not going to be able to write on it. So if you remember this pocket, and then it flips up down here to write as well. Some ledger, some of the kit paper, coffee dye, that's the other side from Karen, and I just added a rub-on up there. I have these old rub-ons, and I've been hoarding them for probably 25 years. So I'm like, Amy, just use them. So I did. So there is that, and it's gonna be pretty much that simple. Like I said, I'm gonna add that one more thing that we make today, but this is gonna be in my shop this weekend. So just keep an eye peeled for that. Probably Saturday I'll put it in the shop if you're interested. Okay, so it's just meant to be a simple, almost naked journal. It's not meant to be all decorated, because I figure somebody might want to do that themselves for Christmas. So how y'all doing? Now that you got all my spiel, I'm just gonna do some ephemera for Christmas, because it's Christmas Ephemera Friday. So I have this manila, it's a 3x5 size card, but it has the little tab, as you can see. These were gifted to me by Karen. Thank you, Karen. So I wanted to use one. And then I also have a flash card that I will be decorating up. I'm going to turn this way. And these are just bits and piece scraps from the Black and White Christmas that I thought I could use in the journal. So yeah, so I'm doing good. Just been, like I said, cutting away on the Glowforge. Thank you so much to everybody who's popped over to my shop and got themselves some trifold cards or snowflakes or whatever, and I do have all that stuff available. If you don't see it one moment, it may be there the next. It's just a matter of I'm trying to like keep up on cutting, and I try not to put, like, I don't ever put, you know, 50 of something in, because I just know I won't ever be able to cut that many. I mean, not that I would probably sell that many, but you know what I'm saying. I just try to keep a small number, make sure that I have them cut, and then I add more or whatever. So it's that kind of a thing, because I do have quite a few different items to choose from, and so if I put too many, then I can't get your orders to you in any kind of decent time. So that is why, if you were wondering why I don't just put, you know, a bunch in there, it's because it does take me a minute to cut them out. And by a minute, I mean a while. Okay, so I'm going to put this piece on, and then I will trim it so that it fits that better. Oh, it's the yellow on the back. No, I like the black and white with that. Alright, so I'm just going to put glue on it, and then I'll trim it, even though I'll get my scissors gluey. So yeah, that's what I'm been up to. What have you guys been up to? Anything fun? Had a good Halloween. It's always fun to see the kids all dressed up. We didn't have very many trick-or-treaters. Like I mentioned the other day, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that so many places now do like a trunk or treat, or, you know, some kind of costume contest at a mall, or, you know, whatever the thing is. And I just think, and it was on a school night, so I feel like people go on the weekend and do those events, and then maybe don't do so much trick-or-treating anymore, which, you know, might be safer for kids. I get it. Everything's gotten to be so crazy with the fentanyl and everything. I would struggle having my kids out there too, because you just don't know what they're gonna come home with. So yeah, anyway, and I could be wrong. It could be just they went somewhere else, right? But my daughter said they didn't have very many in her neighborhood either. So I think for our area, it's probably just that, you know, people are doing the weekend activities that are available everywhere now, it seems. So, which I also understand, because when my kids were little, trying to get them calmed down after Halloween and to bed so they could go to school in the morning was not fun. And then you get them up in the morning and they're cranky. So I think it might be kind of a good idea to do some more weekend activities. I've just backed this with coffee dye paper here, and that will go there. I'm wondering if we should add a little something on there. I'm not really sure what. I don't know if I have anything in particular. Let's see what we got. So yeah, but it was fun to see the ones that did come. Super cute. I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbor's music. I don't know if you can or not, but he's playing it very, very loudly. So I have paper stuck on my finger. It will come off. These are just little bits. I think these are from TaylorMade journals. They're super cute. And then I have lots of words from various different creators. There's just a little snowflake. That's not one of my snowflakes, but it's a punch actually that I don't know what. Sorry. Why is there a number on the back of that? I don't even know whose number that is, so. Okay. I just have all different stuff in here. Oh, these are cute. These are those milk bottle things. I don't know what they're called. The caps, like from the old-fashioned milk bottles. I do like the believe there on that. That's a super thick piece of chipboard. Okay, well, I don't know. Do I like these guys better? I think I do, kind of. For the time period, I think that's probably good. Let's hold this one. Sorry, just... This is a punch. Or no, these ones are from the Glowforge. I always leave myself the ones that don't pop out well or whatever. So you guys don't have to pick at them. It's hard to see on there. But it might just add a little something in the background. So I think I'll do that. Okay. So this is going to go down as a pocket. I think I might do a little thumb notch here just to... I know I'm punching out the little window, but that's okay. It's not really a main feature. And I did back this with book page, as you can see. That's just to strengthen it. Since it's a pocket, I don't want it to just tear with the tag in and out. And I probably will stitch around that as well. Sorry, I just bumped you guys, I think. Got way too much glue there. Like always. And I'm just gonna glue this on. That I don't even, well, still see some white edge. It's already kind of inked, so. So we are going to go to my daughter's for Thanksgiving. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but she has a football game the next day. I think I did, because we were talking about having some of the band kids around. But it sounds like most of them, their families have come, or at least one that Aiden knows are coming, if they live out of state or they live in state, because obviously she knows a lot of kids from in state. So probably aren't going to have, might have, you know, one or two, but not a lot. So we're going to go to her house because she has to be at band practice that evening. So instead of driving all the way out here and then all the way back in and blah blah blah, I think we're going to do it in there, and that way she can just go to band practice and we can clean up or whatever. So that's the plan. That'll be fun. And then we can go see the band too, which will be fun. Okay, and then that will just pop in there. And I have this little Christmas that I found in book page. So like if you have like cheap dollar store books or something like that with like Christmas types words in them, this was a Christmas book, you can go and tear out or cut out the words that you like, and you can do it with any, it doesn't have to just be for Christmas, any words, it's just an idea. And and I just glued them to ledger paper, and I did like a whole page of them. I had a whole page of them at one point. And then that way you can just tear them out and add them onto things as you like. So that's kind of fun to do and have. So there's that little journaling card, which I think will be fun, just paper clipped to a page. Okay, so that's our first little piece of ephemera for today. I like it. And then the next piece is a oh my gosh, flashcard. And I'm just going to add glue here and there, and then I'm just going to take a piece of book page and kind of put it on there. And I'm not, oops, that's 2 pages, darn. I'm not really going to worry about what it says or whatever, because you'll see in a minute, once this dries all the way, I should have done this first, that wasn't very smart of me. Once it dries all the way, I will be tearing off a lot of this. I just like the look of the old book page. Just bits and pieces, almost like old wallpaper or something. So that's why I do this. And I try to mostly just get the words instead of any of the plain bits. I normally do this technique on playing cards. It's how I alter my playing cards. I start with that and then go from there. I like this book page because it's very old. Got a great color. Okay. And I guess you could go the other way a little bit too, right? We'll just do this kind of thing. Actually, maybe I'll do this one. Could go this way. Okay. So that needs to dry a minute, just because if I start pulling them off, they're just going to pull off. So I'm going to use my Mushroom Christmas and decorate it with that. So we'll get these inked while we wait a minute for that to dry up. And I just fussy cut some of the fussy cut images out. Captain Obvious over here. Oh, I had to laugh, you guys. So many of you said that I should get a kitten for Pasha to play with, you know, get another cat. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was very sweet of you to think of him. It's just that the vet bills have just gotten too crazy. I mean, the cost to go to the vet is insane. So, yeah, I probably won't be getting another cat because we're having... You know, it was hard with the 2 that we had, and I just don't want, or have, we still have Pasha, but that's enough. I don't need another one. I probably won't get any more cats or anything once Pasha passes on, hopefully in a very long time, but anyways. But that was cute, because multiple people said that I need to wait longer. So I'm going to pause for just a minute, let this get dry, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I got those dry, and I just went and pulled, you know, little bits off. I'm going to use this sanding block I have, and it's a 320 fine by 3M. It's nothing exciting. It just is good to kind of rough this up and, you know, get the edges good. You can use a stronger sandpaper as well. You don't have to use this fine of one, but it just works kind of good to take off some of the other bits, and it also obviously kind of mutes the whole thing down. Yeah, I don't know what humane societies and places are going to do. I mean, I know like our humane society, when you first adopt a cat, you can bring it in, you know, to get some of its shots at they'll give you kind of a reduced rate or whatever you would call it. But beyond that, it's just gotten so expensive. I don't know how people afford multiple animals and bigger animals either. It's just gotten crazy, at least in our area. Maybe I'm wrong about, maybe other places it's not as bad, but I don't know why it would be so much more here than other places. But anyways, I won't be able to get any more. And Pasha also has an issue. Him and Jules would have, I used to call them peeing contests. Well, she didn't pee, but he did places that he wasn't supposed to because he was being naughty, you know, like trying to be the boss. And he's the second cat, not the first cat, and I don't know. Anyway, so I just don't want any more problems like that, so I'm not gonna tempt fate with that one. He's kind of temperamental on things like that. But yeah, it would be fun, because he probably would have fun, like, but alright, and then I take a piece of tissue, clearly sewing tissue, and go over the top, and I usually let it dry all the way again, but due to filming, we're going to just snip around it here, because if you wait till it dries, you can tear it off, and it does give you kind of a cool effect, but this cutting it off is fine. Oops, trying to cut the card here, which I did a little bit, but I like this. It's got some numbers on it. I'm at a weird angle here. But anyway, you're just going to trim around that or tear it. If you let it dry, the tearing, I think, works the best. And then you can use the sanding block again to get your edges nice and smoothed. My husband and I finished watching The Watcher, and I do know that it's a true story, which is crazy. I guess from you guys telling me, I did not know this, that the original people never lived there, which was interesting, because it's like, how did they get the letters and all that? But anyways, or maybe not the original people, but the people that the story was about didn't live there. They sold it at a loss and all that. But anyway, the house is what I'm talking about. But because of all the crazy things that went on there. But if you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. It's definitely worth it. I feel like they left it open so they could like go on with it, you know. I don't know if they will or not, but it was a very good show. So now we don't know what to watch again. We do that. We binge watch, and they're like, why do we do that? No, we don't have anything to watch. I like crazy stories like that, especially true stories. Not necessarily that I want bad things happening to people. I just mean it's interesting when it's a true story, because you sometimes, like that show, you can't believe that that was a true story. But yeah, it was very good. Definitely recommend it. Okay, so see, by doing that now, it's just aged and it just looks a little bit better in my opinion. If you don't like the aged look, of course, just go with the white and you'll be good. I could have done this side, which is the flat side, which probably would have been smart, but it's okay. And then what you can also do is take a piece of paper and cover the back, or at least partially cover it, so that you can write on it, because you can't really write on it like that, but we'll work on that at a different point in time. I like to kind of leave some of the number, because you know I'm a big number freak, so I do like to do that. I think I'm just going to kind of have him like he's looking at the big mushroom. But that's how I do my playing cards, and I think I actually got that idea from Natasha at Treasure Books, I think is where I originally got that idea to do the cards that way. I've been doing them that way for quite a while, so I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it was her. But it works for a lot of that new, you know, those new cards, new playing cards, new flash cards, just any of that. This is just a good way to age them up a little bit. And without dyeing them. Of course you can coffee dye, and that's definitely the way that most people do, but I just wanted a quick thing that I didn't have to wait for to dry a whole lot. Okay. And then we got a little piece of lace that I thought maybe it could go here, and then our little Noel from the kit. I'm just gonna kind of, I'll stitch around this, so. I'm gonna use this since it's going on lace. Okay. Now, our glitter glue is not always the best for that, so I might have to go back with a little bit of this, because I can already tell it's not really wanting to stick. But I know the tacky glue will hold it, or you can use Fabri-Tac. Alright, and then I think I'm going to spatter it with some ink, this white ink. You could use paint, whatever you got, just use what you got. I need a brush. Problem is, I do this and then I take my brushes downstairs to wash them, and then I forget to bring them back up because I'm dopey like that. Kind of look like a little bit of snow. Oh, we better cover up his face, huh, before I get... Somebody was yelling at me. Heard ya. I just don't want it all over his eyeballs and everything. Alright, there's that. And now I'll have to take that one downstairs and wash it, and I'll leave it down there. I do try to bring them back up, but I forgot. So let's get this off his face. I'm going to go stitch around these. Obviously we'll have to wait till this one dries, but I'll stitch around this one, and then I'll get this one dry, stitch around it, and I'll come back and I'll show you guys what they look like when they're stitched, and then you're free. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have stitched around that one, and you can see on the back a little bit better. Just just straight stitched. I did go back and forth. I like that look of it. Kind of gives you just, you know, some different lines. Stitched around that and stitched around the card. I did add a piece of paper to the back, line paper. You can still see the numbers. But you can write on it, and did zigzag and straight and zigzag and straight, you know. The only thing that I always forget about digitals is this. If you spatter it, wherever there's color, you're going to get red or pink instead of the white. So I always forget that. But anyway, there they are. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you again on Monday for the hashtag 50 stack challenge. Talk to you guys later. Love ya. Bye.